For over 4.5 decades, coming to the Congress headquarters meant coming to this huge bungalow in Lutyens Delhi. But all of that is now going to change when the Congress party is now going to shift out to a new accommodation. But this is a treasure trove of much memories, many permutation, combinations, palace intrigues, and the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows of the Congress party. This is also the same headquarters where we saw Sonia Gandhi become the longest serving Congress president. It was also the headquarters where we saw a new Congress president take charge, which is Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. But let's get a sense of what this accommodation, or rather 24 Akbar Road, has come to be known as, and what are the memories that he stored. Many of us who have been covering the Congress party for years, I remember we all used to assemble here. This is the lawns where I remember many senior leaders of the Congress, Ahmed Patel at one point of time, Digvijay Singh, Ghulam Nabi Azad, and the beauty of this place was the fact that not just the media but lots of party workers coming from across the country would assemble here to have that one word with the Neta, and that really added on to the meat about what Congress's strategy was all about. I'm going to now start shifting into the main part of the building, which also houses the offices of the new Congress president, which is Mr. Kharge. And you can see that this is the rooms of all the general secretaries who are in charge of different states and so on. And this is, I remember, the flag, which of course is the one which is unfurled morning, unwrapped up in the evening, and where the Congress Foundation days or on big events are also held over here. But let's just shift in inside, and that is where the stories are. Remember when Sitaram Kesri was the Congress president? He was the one who was unseated. It was talked about the palace intrigue, and that is when Sonia Gandhi entered into active politics after she had decided to shun politics after the assassination of her late husband Rajiv Gandhi. This is the main part of the building over here, and you know what you see over here are the different changes which have taken place. I'm going to try and get a sense and tell you, our viewers, what is it that has changed over time inside the main 24 Akbar Road. So let's just try a walk in inside, and the first big room which comes to sight is the room of the Congress president. That room which really has seen much of the politics and upheavals of the Congress party. Today you see the nameplate of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, and this is after elections were held, because both Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi had made it very clear they don't want to have this top post. And that is after he became the party president. This is the room which he occupies, and you know, he's seen here sporadically when the CWC meetings takes place and so on and so forth. But this is also the room which I remember for many years, and it's usually locked up. Sitaram Kesri used to be sitting here, and when it was finally convinced to Sonia Gandhi that it is need for her to come in and take charge of the party because the party would fall apart, and she was told by many like Digvijay Singh, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Pranab Mukherjee that if you don't take charge now, then the party built up by say Jawaharlal Nehru and also by Indira Gandhi, all of that is going to fall apart, and that is when she was convinced. But getting rid of Kesri and replacing him has not been easy, and that is where Sonia Gandhi came to occupy this room, and the only time it used to be opened up is when there's important CWC meetings were held. Then after Sonia Gandhi, for a very brief time, we saw Rahul Gandhi's nameplate up here, and of course the other Gandhi, which is the next room right over here, is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. So this room has also been a kind of embodiment of the changing times of the Congress party. Sonia Gandhi by far has been the most successful Congress president, because the Congress came back to power not once but twice over, from 2004 to 2014. Rahul Gandhi's track record has not been great. But this is the sprawling, the indoors of the Congress headquarters. I remember this is a room where the treasurer sits down, who is of course Ajay Makan, but before that say Ahmed Patel's, Motilal Vora. These were those very senior old veterans of the Congress party who have been privy to the many manipulations and the inside intrigue. I mean, one can write volumes on what the Congress party has gone in. If this has seen a high of it being in power at the center, this is also the place which has seen a huge low. The Congress party after 2014 seems to be crumbling, not winning elections, though now it's tried to build up by winning elections in in Karnataka, but at the national level, there are many who have left the party. At the national level, it seems to be uncomfortable as far as dealing with the larger issue about how the Congress can bounce back on its own and stand on its own feet. Well, we're going to start stepping out of the main building as the Congress also starts packing its bags to shift to its new headquarters. It's a sprawling one. It's going to be a state of the art, but we're going to have a look at that a little later. But for now, that shifting process has begun, which is going to be in a very phased manner. But yes, the Congress is changing its roots, it's changing its base, but will it change and give it an image makeover? That's going to be the huge challenge. Okay, I gave you a brief sneak into what the Congress headquarters, 24 Akbar Road, as it's come to know, has really been privy to. Lots of changes in the party which have taken place. There also has been a lot of disgruntlement, especially those who've left the party because they feel that the basic values and systems of the party have been completely lost. Today, the Congress stands at crossroads. You know, they are not just people who've left, the party workers are demoralized. As of now, they don't see a future really coming up as far as the next Lok Sabha elections are concerned. You know, Sonia Gandhi did build up a coalition, the UPA, but it was something in which the Congress party was a bigger player. It was stronger. It did not have to deal with the fact that there would be regional satraps. Today, as Congress is also very much part of another coalition, which is the India Bloc coalition, it also is facing this huge challenge whether it is able to stand on its own feet, whether it is able to stand up not just to the BJP but other parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, the Trinamool Congress, who certainly don't seem to be having so much of faith on the Congress's ability to put up a strong fight against the BJP. As we wrap up, and the doors are going to be shutting down very soon on 24 Akbar Road, but that is only after a phased manner, we are going to take a look at what is really going to be the new headquarters of the Congress party and try and speak to maybe someone who's been here for years. I'm going to try to speak to this person here who is selling these flags and the Congress emblem. So let me just speak to him, and then we're going to go across to the new Congress office. We're going to talk to Brijlal, and you know, in fact, any of us who entered the Congress office would often see these kind of flags and badges being put up. This is Brijlal. He's been here for over 20 years. Brijlal जी, अब तो नया ऑफिस आने वाला है, आपको इसकी याद आएगी?
बिल्कुल याद आएगी जी, उधर ही जाएंगे। हाँ, उधर ही जाएंगे।
क्या कांग्रेस बदल जाएगी?
कांग्रेस बदलेगी जी, बदलेगी क्यों नहीं? ये तो
पुराना ऑफिस ज्यादा अच्छा है कि नया वाला
जी? अब देखो, पुराना ऑफिस और नए ऑफिस में अंतर तो होता ही है। अच्छा ऑफिस है, बढ़िया।
तो वहाँ पे भी कांग्रेस अच्छा कर पाएगी?
अच्छा कर पाएगी।
आपने इतने साल से यहाँ पे बेचा है, यहाँ पे देखा है, आपने क्या बदलाव देखा है?
किसका जी?
कांग्रेस पार्टी में।
कांग्रेस पार्टी में बदलाव ये तो अदल बदल चलता ही रहता है जी, मतलब कभी ज़्यादा है तो कभी कमती है, ये तो चलता ही है अदल बदल तो।
Okay, कभी ज़्यादा है तो कभी कमती है. Things keep on changing, and that's the kind of an evolution which many like Brijlal, who have been the mainstay of the Congress party over here, are also bringing to us. So now we're going to go across, have a look at the new party headquarters. Phone आ रहा है आपका. Okay, 24 Akbar Road, the Congress's journey began from there and is now going to end at its new headquarters right over here on the Kotla Road. It's a 6-story building. As you can see, finishing touches are still being given to it, and it is a state-of-the-art. It has been designed by the very famous architect Hafiz Contractor, and to use the words of the Congress party, it has been well equipped with all the modern facilities. Of course, the big sprawling lawns of 24 Akbar Road will be missing here. What we are being told is that a kind of a corporate setup is going to be seen inside, which means not many separate rooms for all the leaders. There are going to be cubicles over there so that there is a transparency and an openness. Some people are objecting to the fact that there are going to be CCTV cameras inside. They said, you know, the main thing about political parties and the leaders is that they should be able to talk to people in an open manner. That may not happen. Of course, there will be a separate room which is going to be given to Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and to all the general secretaries. But it's going to be a testing time. Just a shift of address, will that give that image makeover which the Congress party really needs at this point of time? We all have been hearing about the turbulation within the India bloc. All of them seem to be looking at the Congress party as that bad ally, someone who cannot take up the BJP. This is the time when the Congress party is crying for an image makeover, when it has to build up and firm up its foundation, when many of their stalwarts, where they strategy masters are now missing. It's a party which is often accused of taking up the wrong issue, which does not have any traction with the voters. And the first big test of the new Congress building, of course, will be the Delhi elections. Much flip-flop. It's also ended up alienating many of the allies of the India bloc. And will the Congress party be able to open its account? Will it perform well? And will it, by some stroke of luck, also win the Delhi elections? That is going to be the big test of this new Congress headquarters, which we are seeing right over here.